Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Both my parents were narcs. My father died, and my mother is still alive. I never saw her as a narc until Dad died, and she stepped up her game. Dad was an explosive personality, and she knew how to wind him up and set him loose. Once he was gone, it was clear that she was the biggest narc of the two. Mom does it all: gaslighting, causing constant strife, lying, manipulating, silent treatment, etc. One unique thing that she does that I haven't heard discussed much on your channels is that she loves to disappear. When she said she would be a guest at my home, it didn't matter if the event was big or small. She would wander away somewhere and we had to find her. You know who used to do that in my life? My ex-wife. She'd go away, be alone. With a headache, go lay down. It's like I have a headache, I have to be alone, and then you find them usually with the sourpuss off in another room. It's one of the major issues, causes of strife that my family had with her, and that I had to hear constantly throughout the marriage. It's a year or so before I went no contact, I simply stopped looking for her. If she wanted to wander away, I'd let her. It's the same thing I did too. I just stopped giving a shit. If she wanted a ride home, she'd have to find me. It's unbelievable how many events were tainted by this behavior. How much fun time was lost because of her, and I really resent it now that I recognize the control she had. She does this to everyone, even her church lady friends. She doesn't have a lot of friends because I think that they eventually recognize her as a jerk and avoid her. Right. This is the same type of personality that either wander off or they put on the sourpuss. They put on the fake because that's how they make it about them. Mom enjoyed being destructive too. And when whatever she had ruined was discovered, she would put on a goofy act about how it was a big mistake. An example of this is that many years ago, she turned my room deodorizer wall plug in upside down in the outlet. It was not a plug-in that had that option, and all the oil dripped down my wall, bubbling the paint and ruining the outlet. She could have burned the friggin' house down. She would have had to work hard on that plug-in in order to accomplish it. Mom locked us out of our house once as we were all leaving for an important event. She made sure we knew of her mistake so that we could have that worry in our minds the whole time we were gone. She also reopened locked doors upon leaving my house so that my house was open to anyone. This woman's trying to kill you. This woman's trying to have something bad happen to you. Because when I said everything, boy, she could have burned the house down. And when you said that she really had, in order to get the plug-in in upside down, you have to force it in. Like this woman is trying to set you up for disaster. Setting you up for tragedy. For actual tragedy. She is forever messing something up. The funny thing about this behavior is that it takes a really long time before you recognize it's on purpose. I finally caught on when I heard her chuckle under her breath one time after her mistake was discovered. My mother likes to go after the grandchildren as well. I've heard stories from the grandchildren about mom using them in order to upset parents. She'd do this through treating grandkids in the same family differently. One treated as a golden child and one treated as a black sheep. She would change her choice of which child was in that role to keep them off kilter. Mom always likes to try to turn grandchildren against their parents by lying to them and recreating stories to paint herself as being the victim. If anyone calls her out on her lies, she is brilliant at falling back on being ditzy when she is caught. It's just an honest mistake, and she didn't mean it. Everyone is misunderstanding her. Most of my siblings are alienated from one another because Mom has done such a superb job of poisoning relationships. I'm out of the picture and I don't miss her at all. No contact with her happened when Mom tried to punish me with an extended silent treatment. It backfired on her because I discovered how much I love being chaos-free. Now I'll never go back. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this whole wandering away thing that I talked about. Is it a common thing that that others have experienced? I appreciate what you are doing in helping others see the light. Anonymous. Yeah, it's common. It's something I dealt with my ex-wife, where it was the wandering away, off in another room, laying down. It falls on the line of the constant sickness, or just having, the miserable face, the miserable time. It's all of that. It's all in the same grab bag of narcissism, because it's control through emotion. Oh, what's wrong with Mom? Why is she off? What's the problem? Where is she now? And like, wandering off like that, then everybody's talking about her. And that's why she does it. I'm glad that you figured out that your mother was doing all these things on purpose. There's always that moment when, holy shit, you see through it and you're like, oh my God, you're not a ditz. This is all on purpose. And so what was she trying to accomplish? By turning an electrical item upside down that drips oil, unlocking your doors to your house and leaving purposely. This woman's trying to set you up for tragedy. Set you up for tragedy. So I'm glad you're nowhere near her. I'm glad, because she's going to hurt somebody. And thinks it's funny. Enjoys it when she gets caught, thinks it's funny. No remorse and no care. None in the world. So yeah, it's something I've dealt with, especially with the ex-wife, where it was off in another room with a headache, sore throat, sore throats and headaches, sore throat and headache, sore throat and headache. And then the face, and then the miserable face. Resting bitch face. And it's a control tactic, because not only does it control you, it controls other people. So not only was she making me miserable by doing it, I'm being made miserable by proxy by everybody else. Like, what the fuck's her problem? Why do we got to look at her face? Like, what is her issue? I don't know. You're the one dealing with it all. So yeah, this is something we've dealt with. I've dealt with, and I'm sure a lot of other people have dealt with as well, Anonymous. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a Skype chat, phone call, have a private video made, Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video for someone who can't pay, or just contribute to the channel in general, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the final video link to pop up to my instructional video to walk you through all that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Bye, everyone.